Mr. Jones owned a cotton plantation and many slaves. One day he was talking to the owner of the plantation next to his, and Mr. Jones was lamenting the fact that times were tough. He was having to work his slaves harder than ever and was having trouble with some of them being disobedient or trying to run away. The other plantation owner said he knew someone who could help.
Day 1.
One day, Mr. Jones called his slaves together so a man named Mr. Smith could talk to them. Before beginning, Mr. Smith whispered to Mr. Jones, "Whatever I say, do not contradict me or interfere, and I promise you your slave troubles will end." "My name is Mr. Smith," he said to the slaves, "and this may be the happiest day of your lives. From today forward, you will no longer be slaves, but free men." Mr. Jones was so shocked he started to step forward, but Mr. Smith gestured for him to remain silent. He did, only because the other plantation owner had spoken so highly of Mr. Smith's skills. "You are no longer the property of Mr. Jones," Mr. Smith continued. "You are free. No more will you be forced to labor for the benefit of Mr. Jones. Now you can work for yourselves." Now the slaves were all murmuring and looking at each other. Many were smiling, many were looking puzzled. "In fact, you are now free to leave the plantation whenever you want," Mr. Smith said. "However, since we are surrounded by other plantations, if you leave, some other plantation owner will likely claim you as his own the moment you set foot on his property. So I urge you not to risk your newfound freedom by doing something so foolish. Instead, I suggest that you stay here, no longer as slaves, but as willing participants and part owners of this plantation. Yes, this is now your plantation." Mr. Jones bit his tongue to keep from objecting. "For now, we might as well leave Mr. Jones in charge," said Mr. Smith, "since he is the only one with any experience at running a plantation, which is quite a complicated thing to manage. But he will no longer be your master, but just another worker on the plantation. In fact, he will now be using his organizational and management skills to serve you."
Now, you see how they twist that around, turn that around?
"Whatever problems you may have had with him before, you are now all equals, and you need each other to make this work. If we all cooperate and work together..."
Hold up. Alright, so listen, right? They talking about some, they free. They free now. How's they free now if they still working, my nigga?
"We can all reap the benefits together. In honor of this happy occasion, I present you this new symbol of togetherness and cooperation, this flag, which shall be the emblem of the new free Jones plantation." He held up the new flag, but most of those listening were still too amazed to respond. "And this shall be our motto," Mr. Smith announced. "We work together as free men for our mutual benefit, pledging our allegiance to the Jones plantation, which stands for prosperity, liberty, and justice for all. To celebrate, everyone has the rest of the day off. Enjoy your freedom, do as you please, and be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, so that we may begin work on this great and noble new endeavor as equal free men."
Alright, so you see how they trying to play with them? So listen, right? They slaves, right? They was working, right? They was working in the field, right? So I don't know where he come out. Talking about they free now. So now y'all are equal. Now since y'all free, y'all can work extra hard now for yourselves. How's that free? Come on, how's that free if you still working, my nigga? You still working. That's not free.
Mr. Smith was serious. The former slaves applauded and cheered. The former slaves applauded and cheered. The former slaves applauded and cheered.
Day 2.
"We all want this plantation to do well," Mr. Smith said at the beginning of the next meeting, "so we can all share in the benefits. We all know that it takes a lot of effort to make a cotton plantation work. Just because you're all free doesn't mean you can stop working. In fact, since you're now working for yourselves, I expect you to work even harder than ever before. But
see, I told y'all, bro.
Now with pride and joy, knowing that you're working for yourselves."
Very important what he just said, build up America. But now they have a period and to be.
At Piping Rock, providing the highest quality is our mission. With over 40 years in the
Of course, there still have to be rules. If everyone just does whatever he wants, the plantation won't produce anything. This experiment will fail and we'll all starve. You should be thankful that Mr. Jones has agreed to stay on to lend his knowledge and skills to this endeavor, and I trust you will all do your own part to make this work. Several of you have been chosen to act as project supervisors to manage different aspects of the operation, to make sure everyone is doing his assigned job, to make sure that the rules are followed, and so on.
3.
The next morning, Mr. Smith had a grim expression on his face as the daily meeting began. "I have an unpleasant duty to do today," he said. "Yesterday, Charles was caught keeping some of the cotton he picked, presumably to sell for his own personal profit. That is against the rules. That is stealing."
Hey. But then he just say that they free though? If they free, what? Bro, if they free, they can have their own cotton. It's not stealing since they free, right? They not free. They still working. They still slaving. Just like now, in this world we living right now. We're still slaves. We're still working all these hours just get money to pay our bills, man. Just to eat, man. We pay to survive, my nigga. We gotta pay to live, my nigga. And on top of that, we can't even go everywhere we wanna go at. Like, for example, we can't even go to motherfucking Antarctica. Why? And don't let them lie to you talking about it's cold as shit there. No, nigga. Cause that's where the motherfucking aliens and reptiles be hanging at, you feel me? And also they got hella fucking top secrets over there, my nigga. So don't let them fool you. When they say you can't go to this place, bruh, it's because they hiding something over there that they don't want you to know, my nigga. That's why. Ain't no cold as shit over there, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We still slaves, bruh. They say that we free to this day, bruh. But we still working. We still slaving, my nigga. We still listen to everything that they fucking tell us to do. And we're free? What? Y'all better wake up. Just like this fucking, show right here. They say that they free, but how come when he grew his own shit, he can't keep what he grew, my nigga? Come on. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, just like with nowadays, bro, we grow our own weed, right? But it's illegal for us to motherfucking have that shit. Why? Because, bro, if the government not making profit off that money, then it's illegal, bro. Everything's business, bro. Everything's business, bro. That's why it's legal for us to sell weed, but it's legal for Walgreens to sell it. Why? Cause the government is making money off that weed that Walgreens is doing. You feel me? It's all about business, bro. If we making money off something and the government is not getting some of the money, it's illegal. Everything's business, bro. The government gotta be making money, bro. It can't just you be making money and the government not getting nothing with it. You feel me? Not getting none of it. You feel me? So everything's business, my nigga. And we're free, but we can't make our own money. We can't sell shit and make our own money off of it without the government having some of it. And we're free? Come on, wake up.
"For that, Charles must be punished." Two men tied Charles to the whipping post. "I take no joy in this," Mr. Smith continued, "but you must understand, if we do not maintain order, if we do not have rules that we all abide by, then the plantation will fail and we will all suffer. Now, it doesn't mean you should be selfish and greedy. We must each do our assigned duties and obey the rules, and then we can all benefit, and each of you will receive your appropriate share of the profits." A young man named Samuel stepped forward. "But if you and Mr. Jones decide the rules and whip us if we disobey, how is that any different from what we had before?" "How can you say that?" Mr. Smith asked. "I'm shocked. You were a slave before, and now you're free."
Look. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look, everybody else a bot, bro. They not gonna speak up because they don't know the fucking truth, my nigga. But it's always this one woke person, bro. Look, and he's woke. He ready to speak his shit too. Watch. The one that got so-called stealing, bro. Look, he ready to speak his shit, bro. And look, at the end, I'm gonna spoil it. I ain't gonna capture. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna spoil it. But he dies, bro. At the end. It's always when we speak the truth, bro, somebody always get killed, bro. Ain't no coincidence, bro. Straight fucking facts, bro. Ain't no conspiracy either. Straight facts, bro. Everybody be dying just because they speak the truth. Every time somebody speak the truth, bro, they die, my nigga.
Things still need to be managed and organized by those best qualified to do so. Do you know how to run a plantation, Samuel? Well, no, he answered. But if we're free, why do we get no say in what the rules are and how things work? I'm surprised at your ingratitude, Mr. Smith answered. None of you know how a plantation is run, so you're in no position to be making decisions about how things are done here. You don't seem to appreciate all the things that Mr. Jones provides for you, from protecting you from all the outside threats that you know nothing about.
All right, come on now. We're free, right? We're free, right? So why the fuck do y'all get to make the rules up and we can't? Why the fuck if we still listen to everything you tell us to do? How we still free? We still doing they still doing the same shit from when they was slaves, cause they still is slaves, bro. They still getting bossed around. They still working. Ain't no difference, nigga. They still slaves, bro. So they like to play mind games with y'all, bro. Y'all, we're not free, bro. We're not free, bro. And I'm talking about in real life, bro. We're not free, bro. We gotta pay to survive, my nigga. Us people did not make the system, bro. So how are we free? If we gotta obey by the rules, we gotta obey by the laws, and we're free. Wake up, bro. We gotta slave all them hours just to pay the bill. We gotta pay to live, my nigga. And we're free. Come on, wake up, yo.
Those who would come here, capture and enslave you, if not for Mr. Jones' protection, to making sure that you all have food and housing, tools to work with, you're cared for when sick and injured, and so on. There wouldn't be a plantation at all, no cotton to pick, no land to plant and harvest, if not for him. You should be grateful that he's made possible the level of comfort you now have. Your lives would be far worse if not for him. Nevertheless, as free and equal participants in this endeavor, from now on at each meeting, any worker may have 2 minutes to ask questions or voice suggestions or complaints. With that, the workers all seemed satisfied.
Hope y'all enjoying this video because they stick exactly what they're doing and what was going on.
I have a big announcement, Mr. Smith said as the daily meeting began. Mr. Jones' cousin is here, and not just to visit and see how our project is coming along. It has been decided that from now on, you will be deciding who will manage the plantation. Of course, this job can't be done by just anyone, but every 3 months we will have a special meeting at which all the workers will vote on whether we think Mr. Jones should run the plantation or whether we think his cousin, Mr. Johnson, should run the plantation.
Oh yeah, and that right there too. Just like what he said, is rather we have this person or that person to tell us what to do, right? Don't that seem similar? I mean, similar to nowadays, we pick who we want to be our president, my nigga. What about none? Why can't we vote for none? We think our votes matter. We're not even selecting. We electing, bruh. We electing what these motherfuckers want us to select, bruh. We're not selecting shit. So they make you feel like you in control, bro. Whole time, them motherfuckers picking who they want y'all to pick, my nigga. You not picking who you want to pick, my nigga. You electing, bro. You don't even know them motherfuckers, bro, and you electing them, bro. Come on. Why can't we just vote for nobody? No, like we've been voting for how many years, bro? And what have changed? Nothing. Same thing with this, bro. They talking about you free, but you still slaving. You still obeying. Ain't shit changed. You're not free. Come on, y'all niggas better wake up. Stop voting. Your votes don't fucking matter, bro. Remember, bro. Who is picking those people for y'all to vote? Who is picking the presidents for y'all to vote, my nigga? Well, of course they're not president then, but I don't know what they call it, but you know what I mean. Who is picking them for y'all to elect them? You feel me? So what that mean? whoever y'all picking for president do not run this fucking world, my nigga. It's somebody over the top of the president and run this world. But who is that? Who is that? We don't even know. We think the president run this shit. No, it's somebody over the top of the president. Why you think the president time limit got a time limit? Why you think they got a time limit? Come on, wake up.
That means that ultimately you are in charge because you will be deciding which man you want running things on your behalf. If you don't like the way things are being managed, you now have the power to change it. Amazed and pleased, the workers headed out again to the fields to pick the cotton. Days passed, months passed, a year passed, and the plantation continued to operate as before. Sometimes Mr. Jones was in charge, sometimes Mr. Johnson was in charge, but the day-to-day routine stayed exactly the same.
I don't matter whether it was him or his cousin. It don't matter who they got coming up running this plantation. The rules still apply between the workers and the owners. Pay close attention.
The workers worked hard, long hours every day, and still had little to show for it. Every day the meeting would begin with them all reciting the Jones Plantation motto, "We work together as free men for our mutual benefit, pledging our allegiance to the Jones Plantation, which stands for prosperity, liberty, and justice for all." One day Mr. Smith announced, "Samuel is asked to say a few words this morning, and whatever the rest of us may think of his ideas and opinions, we are all free here, and that means we are all allowed to speak our minds. So, Samuel, you have 2 minutes. Begin." Samuel stepped forward,
Well, you ready to speak his shit? You ready to speak his shit?
looking scared. "I was excited when all this started," he began, glancing nervously at Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones. "But don't you all see what's happened here? Nothing has changed. We're all still slaves." There were grumbles of disagreement from the crowd. "They tell us what to do and whip us if we don't. They still make all the rules and punish us if we disobey. They let us make suggestions and complain about things, but they never really change anything. They let us choose between Mr. Jones and Mr. Johnson, but what's the difference? The situation stays the same. We do all of the work and they take as much as they want and decide how much they'll let us keep. They live in luxury, made rich by the cotton we pick. We do all the work and have to build our own huts, grow our own food, and take care of ourselves. They leave us just enough that we don't revolt or run away. This is not freedom. We're all still slaves. They've only changed the words they use, but nothing else has changed. They say we're all free and equal, but we're not. They command and we obey. That's not freedom. That's not equality."
Yup, same way with this world, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Niggas making a lot of money off these jobs, right? But then look, taxes. Take our money out. The government take most of our money out of our checks. Now we barely got money, my nigga. You feel me? Why is that? Why can't we just keep all our money that we got from our check? Why you gotta take most of it out? Like I said, everything's business, bro. You feel me? They don't want you to have your own shit, my nigga. If you making money, best believe they gonna take some of your shit out, my nigga. Best believe that. Everything's about business, bro. We're not free. If we free, how come we gotta obey by the laws? When we do something wrong, we get locked up. But the people that run this world, when they do something wrong, they do something wrong every fucking day. They some pedophiles, bro. They rape kids. They kill people. You know what I'm saying? And they get away with it. And then they blind y'all dumbasses, bro. By what this corona shit and this Black Lives Matter shit. Stop focus on this corona shit and the Black Lives Matter shit, bro. Like I said, they want you to focus on one hand, bro, which is the coronavirus and Black Lives Matter, while the other hand, they doing the fuckery at, which is pedophilia. And killing children and shit like that, bro. Eating niggas' organs, bro. Y'all about to wake up. Stop focusing on this bullshit, bro. It's a distraction, bro. They don't want you to know the truth. Wake up, bro. We're not free. Like I said, when we break the law, we get locked up. But the people that run this world, when they do it, they don't get locked up. Why? Cause we too fucking blind to see what the fuck they doing. Wake up.
They say we're free to leave, but all that means is that we're free to be someone else's slave. Why should we work or obey the rules? We didn't agree to this. They made the system. They forced it on us. They control and rob us and call it freedom. They've deceived you into thinking that being able to choose which slave master you'll work for is the same as being free. It's not. Oh,
Just like with these presidents, bruh. You think you're free by picking who you want to be your president. You ain't, bro. Ain't shit gonna change, bro. Ain't shit gonna change, nigga. The fuck, y'all niggas tripping. We've been voting for how many years, bro? And what have changed? Nothing. Cause you're playing that game. As long as you playing by that game, bro, you will never win. Just like you playing the lottery, you playing that fucking game. You'll never win, my nigga. And then if you do win the lottery, my nigga, they take most of your shit out, my nigga. Come on. Everything's business, bro.
with your eyes. If you keep what you produce, they call it stealing. When they take what you produce, they call it sharing. And fair
Ooh, talk your shit. Okay.
distribution. Can't you see that this is all your time is up, Samuel? Mr. Smith announced calmly. At his gesture, two supervisors grabbed Samuel by the arms and led him to the whipping post. I'm sorry, Samuel, but you've broken the rules. There are rules against encouraging others not to work and encouraging others to break the rules. You're only hurting all.
What? But you're free, right? But you're free. You can talk what? You're free though. You're free, right? So we can talk. We can talk our shit if we free. We can talk about whatever we want if we free, right? See? They don't want you to speak the truth, my nigga. Like it's against the rules for him to speak what he want to speak. But the owner, when he speak, it ain't nothing against the law. It ain't against the rules. It's freedom of speech, nigga. Y'all niggas better wake up, bro. Cause that's still happening to this day, bro. They killing niggas for speaking the truth, my nigga.
Us with your discontentment and your complaining and your disobedience. The whip fell and Samuel let out a grunt. Without rules, without order, all would be lost. Without law, there would be chaos. We can't just behave as wild animals, each doing whatever he pleases. We must all follow the plan and all do our duty for the betterment of everyone. And those who do not must be punished.
Out of all those people that's working, that one person that stood up because he knew better, along with everybody else that knows better, when he stood up and he spoke out, nobody supported him. This is what divide and conquer does. Pay close attention.
The whip fell again and blood flowed freely from Samuel's back. Samuel, it is you who are stealing from the others. When you don't do your assigned work, you are making more work for others. When you disobey the rules, it is you who are endangering the future of everyone else here. You are the thief. You are the criminal. You are the one trying to destroy the arrangement that keeps us all safe and prosperous. At every lash of the whip, the other workers cheered louder and louder, some yelling curses at Samuel. Being spoiled and selfish, you complain about everything, talking as if you're oppressed. But you are the one ruining things. You are the one keeping us from being all we could be. It is your greed and your rebelliousness that is hurting all of us. They all play by the rules, Mr. Smith said, gesturing at the others. What makes you think that you don't have to? You think you're above the law? There were loud yells of agreement as the whip fell again. We must maintain order, Mr. Smith proclaimed, to make this plantation great, to make it so that we can all be happy and prosperous. To have the society we want, there have to be rules. We all have to contribute our fair share to this great endeavor, and we cannot tolerate actions and attitudes that seek to undermine the amazing things that together as free men we have achieved and will continue to achieve. Mr. Jones was smiling as he gave Mr. Smith a pat on the back. The crowd was cheering so loudly that none of them had noticed that Samuel had died.